For thousands of years, mankind has struggled with its deepest, darkest, secret fear. What happens to us after we die? Where do we go? Is all knowledge, experience gained during our lives, lost at the moment of death? We've all experienced déjà vu, the feeling of having been somewhere before. What if it's more than just a feeling? Julia is traveling to the ancient Mayan ruins of Chichen Itza in Mexico. Julia is a scientist. As a scientist, she never believed in reincarnation. But she knows that her visions and repeated dreams experienced at a young age have led her to this sacred place. A past life specialist, Douglas Settles, helped her solve the mystery behind her dreams.
As you breathe in the sound of my voice, the relaxation, and you breathe out all the troubles, all the worries, all the anxieties and the doubts and the fears of your life. Just let go. With every breath you take, you relax more and more.
Douglas Settles has been a psychotherapist for many years. He uses hypnosis in his practice. He used to be a skeptic.
When I was younger, people would ask me about the question, and I'd say, yeah, I don't believe in that. And after I got into the field, it's pretty obvious that there's something there, and I had to go look further. You just let go. With every breath you take, you relax more and more. Go to the next most important event now. What happens when you come out? You part the curtain and you come out.
People hungry. My people dying. We have droughts. We need water so much.
Yes, it needs to rain. What are you going to do?
I need to make announcement when to put seeds to the ground. And I cannot make mistake. I cannot make mistake. It's such a hard responsibility for me. It's such a heavy day for me.
Diana Cherry was a hypnotherapist for 60 years.
Although we've had many occasions where people have actually traveled to and done the research and found that the past lives have been completely accurate, right down to names, dates, places, all sorts of small things that verify their story.
Valery Uvarov, head of the National Security Academy of Russia, supports reincarnation.
I'm talking about the principle of reincarnation. It really exists. This experience which people have received in their former life very deeply affects their present lives and even way of thinking, way of behaving and interacting between each other. The deeper experience, the more spiritual the man is.
Julia was recognized by top leaders of other religions as well. Honorable Supreme Monk Wand Om, as a leader of 13 million monks in South Korea, did a blessing ritual for Julia, and as a gift created a drawing for her titled One of a Kind. He said that Julia was a high priest in her past lives.
Keep going.
My people waiting. Everybody waiting for me to start.
Julia is a very special person. She and I have had past lives together, but the most recent one that she did was the one in Chichen Itza where she was the Mayan Priest.
When Julia leaves the confines of hypnosis, will she remember she's a Mayan priest? When she arrives at the sacred site, will she be recognized? But where did it begin? How did she come to this place in time, to this understanding of who she is and who she used to be?
Reafirmo, así me lo hicieron llegar los maestros mayas, de que Julia es una sacerdotisa que vivió muchos años atrás.
Tim SvadiHatra is a journalist and writer of science fiction books in Russia. He has recorded thousands of Julia's dreams over a decade.
Julia telling about some strange events happening in her dreams. It was always connected to some elements which repeating itself from time to time, like the huge pyramids. It gives me impression that she remembers some kind of old civilization. From early age, saw these dreams, and as parents describe it, she started talking after waking up strange languages. Nobody understands it.
Julia's story continues to come into focus, but can it stand up to the scrutiny of Marianne Nutshell, a writer and well-known past life therapist in Europe?
I look at all the past life sessions I did with clients, and I did like thousands over the past 20 years. Especially investigated Julia's case, because I get to know her, and I get to know about her dreams, about her visions, about her hypnosis sessions she did. And as a therapist, I have the urge to test, to check if that's correct, if it's not like fake or phony or someone who's just telling something. But I check on emotions. I check on are the change of past lives, are they fitting into what she's telling now? After verifying a lot of facts in her sessions and yes, she is a reincarnated Mayan Priest, and yes, she had several other past lives.
Mensaje que estoy hablando con ustedes.
To all my brothers and sisters who listen to this message, first of all, these words are not mine. They are words of my ancestors. It is in the Maya prophecy that in the time of the 12 Actun and 13 Ahau, it is the return of the ancestors. It is the return of the men of wisdom.
During the hypnosis session, Julia spoke of an ancient Maya priest who wrote a manuscript about sounds. Perhaps she knows a secret from her past life. A secret of how the Maya recorded the sound of birds in the rocks of the pyramid. When visitors to the ruins clap near the pyramid, the echo is the sound of birds. Don Julio said Julia is a multidimensional being who visits Earth from time to time. She is two in one, like a twin. She is human and a goddess. Don Julio said, "This is our sun. In the middle is located a spiritual pyramid with the eye that sees everything in the universe. You are here in this spiritual pyramid, and you are very big, same as how you see yourself in your dreams. And you are sending spiritual information to all of humanity. So all what you will do with your books, your messages, and this film are going to awaken a spiritual alignment from all people on the planet to the universe."
Vi su vestimenta de una sacerdotisa maya.
He saw her as a Mayan priest. The name as a priest, her name as a priest 2,000 years ago is Helai.
Era hija del gran Ascal, señor que mueve las estrellas. Así la visualicé ella.
He saw her as the son of Gran Ascal. ¿Qué es el Gran Ascal?
El señor que mueve las estrellas.
The son, the God that moves the stars. This is a spiritual message that you have to be given to the world. It has to be continuous because you were the priest that lived here 2,000 years ago. And you are the chosen to give this message. He has to give this message to every people around the world, not just to Mexico or to the Mayan people.
Bienvenida a casa. Welcome home. Tu caracol.
Yes.
Y el mensaje que tienes que dar a todos nuestros hermanos. Una noticia de fe. Hilai, estás en la madre tierra, donde años atrás, eras atrás, lunas atrás, reinabas y gobernabas y nos gobernaban. Bienvenida seas. Con respeto, amor, te recibimos nosotros los mayas. Donde veías Azcal.
Yes.
Azcal, tú, Hilai, niña que viene de las estrellas, bienvenida seas.
Imagine standing before a pyramid you've only seen in your dreams, a pyramid unlike any other in the world. Imagine if you could experience your memories from your dreams come to life.
From young age, I saw dreams. And in these dreams, I staying on the top of the pyramid. Pyramid cut on top, and on the top, it's temple on the top, like in this pyramid. I was always know that pyramid exists in Egypt, and they sharp on top. And I thought, this is just pyramid from my dream. But when I came first time to Chichen Itza, suddenly I saw this pyramid, and I just cannot believe that this, actually my dream come true. I see the pyramid from my dream, because this dream repeated through my life again, again, and again. And when I came first time here, it was tourist here and guide talking with them. And he started explaining how Maya nobles looks like. And he say, they wearing, jaguar coat. And at this moment, oh my goodness, I start to remember. I'm wearing this jaguar coat all the time for many, many years. During hypnosis session, I saw that people bring a gift to me as a gift, little white jaguar. And this white jaguar grow, and he walk with me here in Chichen Itza. This little baby all the time walk after me and follow me. I think he think I'm his mother.
Julia shows us the building where she once lived. During hypnosis, Julia described this building. She spoke of having hairdressers who fixed her hair into 2 ponytails. The hairdressers added feathers and stone to her hair, which is an important ritual for a priest. According to Julio, 2 ponytails means she is a normal human and a goddess who is a multidimensional being. During a hypnosis session, Julia was instructed by the therapist to look down from the top of the pyramid. She was asked what she saw.
And I look around, and I see that Maya people sitting near pyramid. And between them, suddenly, I saw huge giant. This giant may be 6 meters tall, with white hair, blue eyes, and she asked me, please come and talk to him. So I go down from the pyramid, I walk to him, and I start talking with him. And I ask him, what is his name? And he says, Sander, Sander Paul. Diana Cherry asked, why? Because he very big. This is why we Maya people call him Sander. What else? And he has some kind of ruffle in his back. What he doing with this ruffle? We have droughts here, no water. So he shot to the sky, to the clouds, and create water for us.
I have also personally investigated this subject, and I can tell you that some pictures that have been realized in internet, they are false pictures. It's a tricky stuff. But about the giants, I can tell you that yes, I myself personally sure.
When Julia was walking in Ball Court, she heard the guide speaking to the people and telling them, look, The ball court's hoop is 8 meters high and 5 or 6 kilograms heavy. Nobody understands why the Maya built a court with such high rings.
At this moment, I understand. They built for this giant which I saw in my hypnosis session. This is it. So I start search for his presence in this Chichen Itza. And I start talk with people. And they showed to me those statue on top, on this building of warriors. This man lie down in the same position how I saw him during hypnosis session. Why he lie down? Because he's so tall. If you can talk in front of him, like you need to go up, like look up. When he lie down, he can see expression of people's eyes. He can hear them better, so he always lie down and look to one side. This platform right now named Platform of Jaguar. But we saw that here barrelief on top and there picture of this Chacmo. It's interesting that when people mention here Chacmo, and I start search on internet, I found suddenly that from Yucatan Maya, it will be translation, will be Thunderpaw. So it's exactly the same how Maya people call him 2,000 years ago. This is Thunderpaw.
Julia shows us Chacmal's house. It's the only structure in Chichen Itza where a giant can enter without bending. It's exactly how Julia remembered it in her hypnosis sessions and in her dreams. Hypnosis helped Julia link her dreams and visions to a past life. But it was the sights, sounds, dreams, and experience of visiting the sacred land of the Maya that helped her remember who she was. What she saw while under hypnosis about a giant in Chichen Itza and being a priest were real events from 2,000 years ago. Julia is a scientist who, for the first time in human history, has proven reincarnation exists. But is reincarnation supported by the scientific community? Is it scientifically possible that we have lived and will live many different lives? Many cosmologists support what's referred to as the holographic principle. To sum it up, they believe Earth is like a record player, where lives play out again and again. This scientifically backed theory supports reincarnation.
So tell us a little more about our hologram and why we shouldn't fear these coming changes.
Each person in the world has something very special and amazing, and these things eternal. What is this? According to my research, I found that each person have multidimensional, beautiful spiritual hologram. Actually, this is person's spirit. And it looks like multidimensional hologram. And this hologram preserves all past life, all knowledge, all skills, all experience, even habits which person received during this life. And it's transferring as an inheritance to the newborn baby after person die. This is very important to know because first of all, it's personal, each person have it. From another side, it's very, very strong. It's more strong what we have in Earth right now.
People who remember their reincarnation, who were born after they died in Nagasaki and Hiroshima, their body literally evaporated, but the hologram and the memories about their lives are preserved.
We have countries in a constant state of conflict and war, energy of racism and intolerance and suffering amongst people. How can we begin to create peace on Earth?
Each of us have many, many past lives. Many past lives. And during these past lives, people would belong to different nationality and religion and race. For example, see right now, I'm Julia, have white skin. Before, I was Mayan Priest and I have red skin. So it's exactly the same for all people.
During hundreds of reincarnations, people belong to different races. If they understand this, they will understand there is no need to fight with others of a different race. Christians, Muslims, and others fight each other when there is nothing to fight about. In a past life, the Christian may have been a Muslim and vice versa. They should come to understand that this is their past, and this is what was before, and this is their hologram.
People just don't know that they will end up in this situation, because all of them who live right now, all these people will be reborn. They will all reborn. And if they broke right now nature and they spent all these resources and nothing left, this is where they will end up in next their life.
We need to protect nature and its resources for future generations.
And when we start remembering where we came from, from outer space a long time ago, or that we had past lives, many different countries, races, beliefs, religions, that we understand that we are all like binded, we belong together. So the more we understand that we're all connected, not only in this life, but also in past lives and in lives to come, the more we take care for each other, and the more we think, well, I think that will be better for the world, for our species.
It's a wonderful experience. I mean, it gives you a whole different perspective. You see things in a bigger picture. There's more to life than just what Starbucks are we going to get today.
This is our eternal hologram. Julia's continued hypnosis with specialists from Canada, the United States, and the Netherlands revealed Julia had another past life where she was Amelia Earhart. Her spirit transcended the Maya world to Amelia and currently resides within Julia's body. Nostradamus wrote quatrains about reincarnation. In quatrain 2.45, Nostradamus speaks of Amelia reborn. He wrote, "Through death, too late a great people renewed." When comparing Amelia and Julia's lives, the enormous amount of details confirm the reincarnation. But most amazing is the long list of common traits between Amelia and the ancient priest of Chichen Itza. Amelia often walked on the roof of Purdue University during the night, like the Mayan priest often walked atop the pyramid. She was too close to nature and hunting. They mapped the skies and shared a love of astrology and navigation. The Mayan priest, Amelia, and Julia studied maps, science, biology, healing, medicine, music, sounds, and were workers in charge of children and teaching. All of these three people exhibited leadership and bravado in extreme situations. They were open to freedom, creativity, psychic abilities, intuition, and all were good at basketball. Julia asked herself, how can it be possible that character qualities can transfer from a Maya priest to Amelia and then to Julia? She studied this as a scientist using an enormous amount of cold facts and as a result concluded, all of these habits were preserved in the hologram and transferred from one reincarnation to another. Yes, Amelia reborn as Julia is a pioneer again, and what she brings to humanity is rare and priceless. But still, many people want to know what happens when we die. They want to know because they are afraid to even think of death.
I wish to talk about fear more. It's extremely important for people, for example, who are risking their life in daily job. Test pilots, firefighters, military, police, doctors or scientists who work with deadly bacteria. My friend, test pilot, he say, I'm going to the airplane and I don't know if I return today to my family, if I will be alive today, you know.
The firefighters were happy with Julia's discovery. They said, we're going into the burning building, and we don't know if this roof will collapse on us or if we'll be alive today or not.
For them, it's extremely important to know, yes, they have this spiritual hologram, they have this eternal hologram, it's eternal things. And never mind what happened with them, they will born again.
Many years can pass between lives. What happens to us between lives? Where are our souls?
Where go all these people who die? Where is they are? What happened with them? It's very important for people to know. People live their life and people die and they live for some time in spiritual world. And after they're born again, and again, and again. And this is cycle. This is absolutely normal cycle, and it's cycle of spiritual development. Spiritual world, extremely beautiful. It's multidimensional. It's full of speed and light. I explain how body feels in the spiritual world. Spirit travel to another galaxy. Spirit meet another spirits. Body feels different in this another dimension. Sometimes it's like dot of energy. Sometimes it's like a light. Sometimes it's just like a quant, sparkles of quant. People so afraid to die. Oh, world for fear of death. Nothing to be afraid of.
It brought me great clarity and understanding about that there really is no death, that we are actually eternal in nature, and that life will continue, and there's no reason to fear death. What can you tell us about why we're here, and what are we here to learn and grow from?
When we live as a spirit in spiritual world, you know, in universe, traveling as spirits, we don't have there any emotions. We don't have emotions. Emotions only exist here on our planet. They not exist outside. And because we have this eternal hologram, and so much preserved in this eternal hologram, when we're born again and again and again, we make program. This time I want to experience happiness. I want to experience joy. Or no, I want to be very strong. I want to enrich my hologram. I want to go through the death. I want to go through the suffering. It will make me much powerful and much strong. And next my reincarnation is an ancient Mayan Priest reincarnated. I come back after thousands of years to support people with secret knowledge.
Why do some people have a happy life, while others have a bad life?
Before we was born, we choose our parents. We choose, you know, our condition where we will live. Spirit much more sophisticated. It's living in multidimensional world. And before person born, the spirit has some program. It's some special condition which he put for himself to be in this life.
But why would a spirit choose to suffer? Why would we choose to have any problems in this life? Is it to experience happiness or joy? Will the suffering make the spirit stronger in the next reincarnation? Why do we make this choice?
As a gift, is it something to go through and receive power, you know, receive knowledge, receive experience, and he will be strong after this, much stronger in his next life and even in this life as well. You need only think what you will take from this, what you receive from this experience, what really give you wisdom.
Every human being has a lot of potential, a lot of potential powers, but we don't use it because we are only tapping into this particular life. And when we know that we have all access to all those past lives with skills and habits, then you also can tap into very ancient and old talents. Like, for instance, Julia, she had tapped into various past lives, and she also bring along knowledge of science, ancient knowledge.
Very few people who just started to think about it, started to practice, trying to get out the information from their subconsciousness. They are at the same time trying to change their knowledge, their way of thinking, their lives. The more people would think about it, the more correctly they would use information received from their subconsciousness, the faster, better, and more positive we would develop.
Emotions and senses create knowledge and experience, which accumulate and enrich our hologram.
With every breath you take, you relax more and more. Go to the next most important event now. what happens when you come out? You come out, you part the curtain, and you come out.
Julia, while she's talking, is not just one of the boys. And yes, she is a man. She is the priest there, the priest that is responsible for this village.
Tim Swideroff was present at the hypnosis session administered by Diana Cherry.
Witnessed that she became a totally different personality. She was in deep dream at that time, and she started talking low-level voice like she was a man. The muscles on her face became totally different than I know, and emotional wave from her was so strong, I don't recognize her. I understand after discussion of this, after what she saw, that she was a Mayan priest, male.
We have ball game today. We have ball game today. It's such a big, beautiful blue ball. And we have winner. We have winner already. We have winner.
And the winner of the game was what? Was who?
Very proud.
Yes.
He's very, very proud.
Who is that person? Why is it so hard for you? Keep going.
He have blue eyes. He have dark blue eyes. Like I have. Same blue, dark eyes.
Is this young man related to you?
Such a hard day for me today. It's a very hard day for me today.
You have to keep going, though. It's important. The people are waiting. Keep going, keep going. Don't stop. Keep going now.
He will die today.
He's going to die today.
He will die today. He will die today. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. He will die today. He will die today. This boy will die today. This is my son. This is my only
Your
son.
only
I
son.
have. This is only one son I have. This is my
This
son.
is the ultimate sacrifice for you.
This is my son. And he's a winner. He's a winner today.
Okay.
Everybody waiting for me now to start. We need to start now.
What are we going to start now, Jim? What is it we're going to start?
I kiss my son now. I tell him goodbye. And I'm giving to him juice. This juice we make to put him to deep sleep.
Yes.
And he sleep now. And he sleep very deep. And all my people waiting around.
Okay.
And I see man across from me. And he have long, long coat. This coat made from snake skin.
Okay.
He have spears in his hand. And he look at me. And he talking with him with our eyes. And I know it's time to start. It's time to start.
It's time to start the ceremony, isn't it? Yes, it is.
For my son to one side. He now on one side. And I'm going to the back. I'm going to the back. And I see now all these layers and all this energy. And I know I know I need to take out now from his body his spirit. And it's hard work. It's very hard work. And it's going out. And when it's come out, it's very heavy energy. And it's like making sound, just like a galaxy, like sound. And it's like a vacuum you're taking out. And it's heavy, like this spirit more than a life, and he can run to any of this person body now.
Yes, the spirit can do that.
Yeah, right. So they close their nose, ears.
They don't want the spirit to get in.
And breathe very little.
Okay.
And now his body empty. No spirit inside.
Spirit is gone. That's
gone.
Right. Gone.
Empty.
That's right.
I see people, many people. They all came with little white cup. And they already cut his neck. I'm going to the people to show to all people down from the pyramid. Here the bow, here the heart. This is heart of my son.
Okay, I want you to relax now, Julia. Just relax.
Tears.
The thing is the trauma that happens in the past life. And with trauma comes emotions. When that emotion comes out, that event is actually happening to you at that exact moment. Could be thousands of years ago, could be yesterday. Well, it came out.
As the blessing welcome Maya messenger ceremony ended, Julia began to speak in her native Mayan language. The celebration ceremony continued at the Koba pyramid to mark the beginning of a new Maya cycle in time. Next, Julio and Julia traveled to the ancient Mayan site of Uxmal.
One of the first astrology books published in Russia, in USSR, was prepared with help of Julia. She used the name magician, but at that time she don't want to put her name on the book. Nobody knows why.
Now it is obvious. Julia is a Mayan high priest.
And as a priest, I'm allowed to go up to the pyramid.
But nobody knows that you're a priest.
So I won't worry about this. They know.
Julia walked up the pyramid like she did many times 2,000 years ago as a priest, and helped celebrate the beginning of a new cycle.
Extremely happy today.
They knew her. They knew Julia as a Mayan priest. They support Julia and wish to hear her message. Don Julio went to the pyramid and asked the spirits to give a sign. Is he right about Julia? Suddenly, a comet appeared in the sky above the ruins. Many people witnessed this moment. Yes, the spirits support that Julia is a multi-dimensional being who arrived from the stars with a high mission and an important message for humanity.
There really is no death, but we are actually eternal in nature, and that life will continue, and there's no reason to fear death.
And when each person will look to themselves and start to make this, analyzing themselves, it will be very important because the world will change. Consciousness in the world will change. This power of reincarnation will lift consciousness and change consciousness all over the world.
Each of us have eternal hologram. It's multidimensional, it's very beautiful, it's crystal structure, so nothing afraid of. Even like snake like this, see? Wow, it fell down from the sky with me today. And it's amazing. Each person have his eternal hologram. It's personal, each person have it. It's multidimensional with crystal structure, and there preserve all our past life. Name of the book, Your Eternal Hologram.
And what is your book about? Is there any secrets you can share with us today? Or?
Yes, it's lots of secrets in my book. So many secrets for people. They need to know what happened when they die, how they live in spiritual world, how it looks like the spiritual world.